game is being brought to you by Watch ESPN. It's live ESPN available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Watch ESPN is the other way to watch ESPN. And back here to Delphi University, becoming the annual site of the Nassau County Girls Lacrosse Playoffs. This is a Class C semifinal. 3-seed Seaford and 2-seeded Oyster Bay getting ready to go with Michelle Sarasso, Ralph Pidarczyk. Let's have a look at our starting lineups for the Vikings today. Emma Shate, the senior, up front, joined by 3 other seniors in Victoria Prodan, Michelle Savino, and Jen Molnar. Then their midfield, Mallory and Palermo with sensational speed, with Renee Savino, another senior midi. Then defensively, Schauppi, Van Dusen, Caitlin Meyer, and a freshman, Julia Seiler, down low. In goal, Desiree Fawkes, a senior in her second year starting, a converted midfielder that's put up over 100 saves on the season. And the head coach since day one of the Seaford program, Kurt Dankenbrink, is now in his 14th season, former high school goalie at Southside High School and assistant coach at Wantagh. And today for Oyster Bay, a lot of returning starters from last year's year one. Hannah Kaiser joined by Nicole Hauser, Shelby Cook. Then the midfield, the Hughes sisters, accompanied by freshman Ashley Duggan and senior Rebecca Lane, Stanko, Devereaux, McGuckin, and Lauren Bruzier playing defensively. An 8th grader in goal in this C Championship semifinal round, Emily Vomvis, in her first year in the varsity, but she was able to win the job early on in the season. They did not have another goalie in the program, and she's been the starter all year. And the head coach that got this program going also from day one, Charlie Rizzuto, second-year head coach after 2 years as the head boys coach at Colmac High School, and a product out of Sachem. And today, let's have a look at our Verizon 411 keys to today's game.
Seaford needs to start off by avoiding their yellow cards. Last game, they had a lot of key girls come off the field that today they cannot afford to lose. Transition-wise for Seaford, they need to not cause any turnovers in transition. This will be a big transition game for them. For Oyster Bay, they need to contain Emma Shate. Emma Shate had 7 points last game, and if they can even cut that down into half, I think they'll be okay with her. Also, they need to play a full 50 minutes. They need to push it out and push away and always play till the end.
And out of Delphi, Danny Haas, Joe Fanning, Jim McDermott will do the honors. The Seaford Vikings being the green-on-green unis with Emma Shate about to take the opening draw. The Oyster Bay Baymen earning a 2-seed in the C Championship in just their second year of existence. They will be the home team, in this case, in the white-on-white uniforms. So it could be a game where both teams need to be in great physical condition after a shootout in the regular season just 3 weeks ago. And on the draw, with Shate pushing it back towards the offensive end, it'll be grabbed here by the Baymen. And they'll have it with Megan McGuckin, the defender, able to grab it. And McGuckin here for the Baymen, looking to hold it. And we get the call against McGuckin. So Seaford will open up with possession, and they'll put their attack perhaps to work with Jen Molnar. Seaford, a very capable offensive team, over 12 goals per game, top 10 in Nassau County. Oyster Bay, even better, over 14 goals per game, number 2. And on the drive, on the wing, they'll take it back behind Emily Vomvis, so an 8th grader, and we'll see what she's made of today in this C semifinal here at Delphi. And the ground ball picked up by the Vikings. On the loose ball, Alyssa Mallory taking it, and the foul against the Baymen. So Mallory here to establish.
Everyone get in!
With Oyster Bay playing both zone and man this season, the predominant defense has been a zone. But here is Mallory. Chance at a free position on the first possession. And Mallory instead feeding inside. They got a quick dump and goal. Emma Shate just ahead of the reaching goalie Vomvis. And it's 1-0 Vikings.
Mallory was all set to take that free shot, and as soon as she saw Shate was wide open, passed it off, and Shate was able to come around with her right hand and finish in the top corner.
Emma Shate, if there was a Miss Lacrosse in the town, she would be in. 6 years in the varsity, and her legacy, Coach Kurt Dankenbrink says, is going to live on for at least another decade. She coaches and volunteers her time coaching a 6th grade youth PAL team in the Seaford community. So at some point, there will be players taught by her to shoot just like she has. A three-time All-County player about to make it 4. And she'll also take the majority of draws. A senior signed on with Albany. And taking the draw this time, it's won and taken by Michelle Yu. And Oyster Bay will transition it here with senior Rebecca Lane. And outside with the Bayman handling, Michelle Yu, very quick feet. She is a freshman. Older sister Vanessa is a sophomore. Feet inside, and the two sisters connecting. What a look. That looks like it's Vanessa Yu on the cut. It is. The sister act on the first possession, 1-1.
That was a great play containing a lot of speed. Michelle Yu came down, was able to get through, looked right to her sister where she was able to feed her. Michelle Yu came right down, couldn't take off the shot, turned around, passed it right to her sister. Yu was able to get through and take a high-powered shot.
You coached Vanessa over the summer. You also coached with the Long Island Yellow Jackets. What do you recall about her when you got a chance to see her up close?
I recall that she's extremely fast, and I considered her my sneaky player. She can get through most defenders, protect her stick tight, and finish the shot strong.
And here she is, just ducking around defenders, Vanessa Yu. Continuing to the 8 quick shots, surprising everybody. That's 2 for the sophomore, and Oyster Bay leads.
That goal was right off the draw. Vanessa has such hard work ethic. As soon as she won the draw, she put that right in her left hand, switched, did a split dodge right into her right hand, and was able to pop a nice low shot in the corner.
Vanessa Yu, winter track, varsity soccer, very busy at Oyster Bay. The team leader in goals and points came into the day with 75s and added quickly 2 more in less than 2 minutes. So you can see how Oyster Bay, they live off their transition with the Yu sisters not seeing any stop signs. We get the foul going to go against Seaford off the circle. So Oyster Bay with Vanessa Yu will have it as they're playing off the circle, taking a spoil. And they'll stop the clock here briefly for the goggles to be adjusted. And Oyster Bay back to work offensively. And they'll bring it outside. Hannah Kaiser, senior attacker, 2-time All-Conference, and she was the leading point scorer last year. But with the emergence of the Yu sisters, they've gotten a much more balanced attack. Michelle Yu. And as she drives in Seaford, looking to bottle her up. And Michelle Yu, she's a freshman, a little bit bigger and taller than Vanessa Yu, so able to complement one another. Shelby Cook, a sophomore, inside on the drive. There's Rebecca Lane shooting. Backup belonging here to Seaford as coming at the challenge, Desiree Folks.
Desiree Folks with the save.
And kept alive here by Oyster Bay. So their third possession, Michelle Yu, Vanessa Yu. And using the screen, and they'll pop back outside. Oyster Bay this season, and Coach Charlie Rizzuto's second year, he's prided themselves on their offensive balance and versatility. They now have a lot of girls they can turn to despite just a year or 2. Inside, here's another quick hitter, Rebecca Lane, waiting on the doorstep after a good ball movement, and the Baymen in sync early.
Oyster Bay goal scored by number 3, Rebecca Lane.
That was a great assist and a look inside to Lane. As soon as Lane was posted up right in the middle, she caught it and finished with a nice quick shot.
Nicole Hauser, give her credit to find her. Threading the needle on the pass. Rebecca, co-captain, will study next year on the West Coast on the beautiful campus of Stanford. And a senior that was co-team MVP last year, along with Hannah Kaiser. So Oyster Bay gave up the first goal, and they've quickly brushed that off as the draw control will come out onto the wing, and they'll have it again with Rebecca Lane digging up the ground ball. So they've scored 3, and now you see why the Baymen, over 14 goals per game. That's good for second in Nassau County, so they can fill it up. On the drive, Vanessa Yu, low save made, Desiree Folks. And we had the whistle Foul against Seaford, but Folks able to make the initial save.
Vanessa Yu has been able to beat the defenders, but every time she does come in, she has been taking low shots, so the goalie was definitely prepared for a low shot and made a beautiful save.
And they'll swing it back outside. Michelle Yu. And she rolls right into a double team and picks up the foul, and the Vikings thought they may have had it set up. And you can see the quickness for both Yu sisters starting to become an issue for the Vikings defensively.
Yes, their speed is definitely a big asset to their team, and they are able to fit through those tight spaces and finish with authority.
And they finish authority high. Michelle Yu off free position, 4-1 Oyster Bay.
Scored by number 4.
Michelle's speed allows her on free position shots to sprint in very quickly and finish and take a high-powered shot.
Charlie Rizzuto describes this freshman oozing with potential, and they're so excited about the Yu sisters moving forward. They both play travel lacrosse together, and they're both maybe going to hit about 140 combined goals the way they're going. 4 straight goals for Oyster Bay. And we have not even played a complete first 5 minutes. And the draw control is going to be picked up, and finally the Vikings have it with Jen Molnar. But now they trail by 3, and this game's starting to shape up the way the regular season meeting did, where it was back and forth in a shootout that the Vikings were able to get back in before Oyster Bay made the late run. But we have some raindrops tonight in the Delphi, so perhaps that could make a small impact. And an offensive foul. Allison Palermo may have used the elbow a little bit on the defender.
Yes, Vanessa Yu had great body position on defense. She planted her feet and took the charge right away.
And you didn't see the defender fall down there, Michelle. And of course, you know, you've noticed officials having different interpretations of that rule. They didn't necessarily need to see the defender fall for the charge.
Yes, I think it's more of the fact that she did have her feet planted and number 9 did dip her shoulder into her and take that charge.
So Oyster Bay has scored on 4 of their 6 shots. They get the ball again and looking to race ahead. They get it to Shelby Cook. Cook getting the pass knocked down and chased from behind by Renee Savino, the midfielder, circling all the way across Michelle Yu. And with the flag out, she'll get it to Hauser, and we have another foul. Well, you can get out of breath just watching the Yu sisters move.
Definitely, they are definitely very fast sisters.
Michelle will be outside the 8, and Kurt Dankenbrink not scratching his head yet, but he saw this in the regular season game. And taking the low shot, turning, and not a great one from Michelle Yu. Kaiser to the front, quick shot, there is Lane, cutting in. And the Baymen just whipping the ball around and hitting cutters from everywhere.
Kaiser took the ball from around the crease, saw that Lane came down the lane wide open, and Lane was able to finish that shot.
Rebecca Lane here for the 2nd time. So the Baymen ball movement. We talked about their great defensive, or rather their offensive balance and versatility, but it has looked fantastic here. Charlie Rizzuto, throughout the course of the season, has been able to tweak some things and add some things. He says, when you watched us in the early season, we've been able to add some set plays and some different concepts, and they continue to get the ball. Ahead, Vanessa Yu. And Yu, eventually with Alyssa Mallory defending her, and will handle it here. And Seaford needs to come up with some early answers, trailing by 4. Vanessa Yu into free position. And taking the bounce shot, and they add to it. Vanessa Yu right down the middle. And Seaford trailing by 5. 3rd for Vanessa Yu.
Just like her sister, Vanessa Yu was able to come right in with her speed, take a nice hard bounce shot, and shoot it right past the goalie.
Vanessa Yu.
3 for Vanessa Yu. Michelle Yu has already been heard from on the last one on free position and has chipped in an assist. And the Vikings in the draw, putting up Jen Molnar, a draw control. Vanessa Yu able to pick it up. And another part of their game, an underrated one, as the pass crossed over. And a skip pass, and Seaford looking for this ground ball with Caitlin Meyer, a freshman defender, but picking it up, Michelle Yu. And Oyster Bay keeping another possession alive. And again, while the regular season meeting was back and forth, a game of runs at 18-14, you wonder how much more can the Vikings give up before they're in some real trouble. Lane, and passed him the shot, and she'll look for an even better one. Michelle Yu, now on the move, bouncer missed, and she gets back up. So the possession will continue for the Baymen at 10-5. They went 5-0 this season against Class C schools. And they played this year against Conference 2 opponents, finishing up 6-4. So some quality wins, even last year. Hauser, crease roll. And chased off, and calmly will bring it down, Shelby Cook. And Kaiser, look at the ball movement. Lane inside, how pretty is that?
Lane has been unstoppable from the beginning of this game.
Kaiser on the pass. Seaford perhaps an overdue timeout. 7-1 Oyster Bay.
Once again, Kaiser to Lane. Lane has just been able to get through on those cuts all day long. Right away she gets the feed, posted up, and is able to finish.
Timeout Seaford will step away from Adelphi. Class C semifinal has Oyster Bay out and running.
If you are someone